Shout out to the sponsor of today's episode, Spider Farmer. Whether you got a big grow, a little grow, they've got you covered. Check Amazon, the links below with the promo code. Thanks, Spider Farmer, for sponsoring today's episode.
I'm always on my shit. I identify as a perfect person.
Oh, you are smart. I also identify as the man of the year. Did you hear about the woman of the year? Did you hear about the woman of the year?
Oh, this kind of ties in. Woman of the year, eh? What about person of the year?
Excuse me, Rob? No.
Person of the year.
This is woman of the year, and it's a man.
Shut the front door, for real?
Yeah, bro, yeah. And then she got deleted on Twitter. She got banned on Twitter for hate speech. Fucking bigots.
What? Really?
So if you guys recall, last week we were discussing Leia, I believe his name, Leah. She's the swimmer. They're the swimmer that won first place in the swimming competitions. Identifies as a female, is biologically male, but it turns out now, woman of the year.
This looks like the dude. You ever seen Men in Black? You know, the scientist.
Yeah.
Tell me that ain't that motherfucker right there.
Nailed it.
It's the scientist who ends up getting possessed in the newer one. Like, yeah.
So I have to ask, because this is just something that's been on my mind for a long time. For all the ladies in the chat, I kind of want to get your opinion on how it feels to know that a man can do it better.
Damn, son. Shots fired.
It's just,
thank God Mrs. P's busy.
Oh, God. It's so like, I even looked at my wife and I said, how does it feel to be a woman and to know that the woman of the year is a man?
Is this the Jeopardy woman?
I
don't like that they have a man.
I can't keep up, bro. I can't keep up.
Now, this is a tough one. This is a tough one. All right. Where do we cross the line? USA Today decides that a man is a woman of the year. Now, is this a man who identifies as a woman?
Yeah.
All right. So then they're out here just saying, fuck you, you're a man. And the title, you know what I'm saying?
You are a fucking man.
I agree, but it's like,
you identify as a woman.
Company decided to write this? Because you know they're not too PC.
Well, I'm assuming.
Where's this article from?
For woman of the year, this is GQ, or GQ does the man of the year.
No,
who does the woman though? That's a good question. Who does the woman? They decided it. USA Today.
Yeah, but I'm saying National Review. No. USA Today decides that it is. NationalReview.com is where this is from. So I would just say National Review's got the big D energy. They don't give a fuck. They threw it out to say it's a dude. This is a dude. It's like, whoa.
It's just incredible. Whoa. It's just really like all like, I don't know. You know, in the 70s, the 60s, the 80s, the 90s, women fought for rights to vote, the right to, participate in regular society. And
is this the woman who, or the
Trump?
It's hard to even say that, man. Is this the
individual?
The individual who Jeopardy shit? Who is this? Or is this the political person? Like there was one, they look the same.
They probably.
I hate to be that guy. Whatever, cancel me. It is what it is.
What do you mean that guy? You mean the guy that has an opinion about the sanctity of a woman, like what it means to be a woman and the sanctity of what? I could care less. I could care less if Stanilla wants to be a woman.
Then do that at home, because guess what?
Aaron
you get that
wants to be a
cut
man.
Off.
So be. I don't give a shit. Do whatever you do. I could even be friends with someone like that. Like, I don't care. But the moment it's like religion. You can practice whatever religion you want. Don't throw it down my throat. It's the same with your sexuality. It's really the same with your political beliefs. It's like, you can believe whatever the hell you want. Just don't ram it down my throat. Don't tell me that I have to. Now, you're just taking this. What are you ramming down my throat, you're saying?
Well, speaking of ram it down the throat, some of these people don't have a surgery. So they are still able to ram it down your throat.
That can't be, like, I don't care if you've had surgery or not. That can't be the defining factor. It's
no, for sure. But I'm just saying, like, that's such a cop-out to just decide today that I'm a female.
Well, yeah, what happened?
You just put a fucking versus
the weightlifter.
You went and had surgery. You went and had.
He identified for 30 seconds, and like, you know what?
That's what I'm saying.
He did the competition, then he wins, and then he no longer identifies. Don't take that away from him.
Well, and it's your personal preference. Do what you want to do, but you shouldn't be able to just be a dude in woman's clothing and fucking makeup and say you're a fucking woman. Like, you, and I know still biologically you're still what you are, whatever. You should still have your surgery and your fucking like hormones and all these things. It makes no sense that you could just be a dude and act
Yeah.
feminine like an 80s fucking hairband singer.
How dare you?
I don't
How
give a fuck.
dare you? How dare you?
It's my opinion.
Oh God, I know. I agree with you, man. It's such a world we live in today.
Go chop the
Where
dick then. You shouldn't be able to fucking,
you
if you're
just
gonna be
can't call a
with your,
spade a spade. You just can't call a spade a spade. There's clearly a heart.
put the dick in the guillotine. And that's what I'm saying. Like,
everybody line up.
Otherwise, you're still a dude. You're just a feminine dude.
Yep, which is fine. I'm considered metrosexual, and you probably are too. Did you know that? You know what that means? Yeah, it's male with just some feminine qualities. I'm good looking. You know, I like to make sure my face is clean, my hands are clean, my nails are clean. I like to make sure that I'm washed. You know what I mean? Apparently, that's metrosexual. I like to make sure my hair is did, even though I wear a hat all the time.
Yeah, I know. That's funny. Yeah, that is true. Holy shit. Metro as fuck.
Yeah, I'm metrosexual. It is what it is. But I'm a man. Anyways.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. And it's a strong opinion, but it's just an opinion. Go all the way or shut the fuck up. You know?
Yep.
Don't half-ass it.
Don't half-ass it and then swim in the pool and try to beat everybody else.
Just decide. You're like, you know what? I can't beat all these dudes.
I'm not sure, Wink, if you can find the link. But you were the one that brought this up this morning when Leia was receiving her gold medal. The crowd started booing. Did you find that clip, Wink? If you can. Yeah, if you can. It's just, you know, part of me is like, I don't know whether to blame. Like, here's the thing. I don't know whether I'm upset with the athletes. I'm not upset about anything. I could care less. I don't know whether I take issue with the athletes themselves.
Organization, 100% the organization.
Right.
Anybody's going to exploit shit. People cheat on things.
Don't hate the player. Hate the game.
That's actually a quote from, I believe it was Einstein said that. And so it's like when somebody that intelligent says something, it's facts.
It's just, you know, it's like, I can't blame, you know, the woman of the year that's not actually a woman, and I can't blame Leia, the swimmer, because it's like, hey, if someone told you that you could be a star, you could win hundreds of thousands of dollars, you could be, you know, a successful, all you got to do is pretend to be a female for a little while. It's like, all right, someone's going to say, sure. You know what I mean? Someone's going to be like, yeah, okay, I'll do it. Someone did. The guy that did the weightlifting, for example.
Go do that shit in fucking women's jiu-jitsu, motherfuckers. See how that works for you.
They're kicking. The men are kicking ass of the women. That's the only downside.
No, I'm saying they're not doing it in women's jiu-jitsu. Because there's a whole difference. But they'll do it in like a thing that takes literal
MMA.
Just like strength or
there's men whooping ass in females MMA.
Fallon Fox got her ass beat eventually.
Maybe, but how many women had to be brutally fucking just disfigured in order for him to get whooped by some butch woman? You know what I mean? Like, come on. And it just doesn't happen. And the thing is, it's like, why do we even let this exist? It's like, if, for example, it's like, if we're going to do sports, why are we regulating drugs? I just think there should be a league out there that's like, if you want to take all the fucking performance enhancement drugs you want, go, because you're up against other fucking mammoths that are going to be taking the same drugs as you. That's the same with transgender sports. I believe there should be its own category.
Oh, yeah, we talked about this last time.
Male transgender sports. It's like, there, do your thing. Just go. You identify as whatever the hell you want.
Golf. Or fucking tennis.
No, you can't even say that. You can't because literally men and women are designed differently. Men can hit golf balls farther than females. Men can, you know, it's just the way it is. Our arms are longer. Our brains are a little bit
from
bigger.
The vast majority. I knew this girl I went to school with, bro. She was a tank.
But that's not general. That's not general. No. That's one woman could break into and maybe keep up. But generally speaking, you can't. That's why there is a division between men's sports and female sports. And then if you've ever seen, you know, Haley Wickenheiser, she was a female Canadian, decided to go play in the NHL, and boy, she didn't last long. Oh yeah, but she did not last long.
You see all the kids sports, poor kids, they got to fucking wrestle a girl and shit. And
at kids at a kid's age though, like they're still like.
But the problem is then what happens to that girl, like in a situation like there's not a lot of female sports in those things. They just need to make they need more leagues that have more attention on them. You look at the WNBA, I feel like it just doesn't get the shine that it should.
XFL?
And to be fair, I'm going to be honest with you. Go watch a WNBA game versus like
horrible.
LeBron James. Like it just.
I can't even watch
high school, man.
Let alone
no, men's basketball is pretty boring, but I mean, at least you see some some shit. There's like 5 chicks out here who are slamming and going hard, and a
See,
lot of it just is, again, is the tenacity and strength of a man versus a woman, and women are
it's
going to be
different.
smarter for the most part. It's a
Generally, yeah.
general statement, but
Generally, yeah, that's
yeah,
the truth.
men, we rely on our strength,
Our
and
reflexes are faster. Our ability, like our survival skills, are better. But when it comes to organization, when it comes to concentration, female brains are different. They're built differently, and that's something that over time we have realized. So we have separated men from women when it comes to athletics, when it comes to work. There's
work.
just most work.
Nowadays,
Yeah.
technology is taking care of most of the physical shit. Other than like, I rarely will see a construction crew with a bunch of women. Maybe one
Well, you
stronger
don't.
female, but
No, you
it's
don't.
predominantly men.
You don't. That's just it. That's why the majority of bricklayers, for example, are men. It's like, should we just make bricklayers females too? Like, no, it's just
What the problem
generally
is you got
speaking,
the
teachers. There's far more female teachers than there are male teachers. They're better with children. They're better with patients. They're better with that. When it comes to using your hands and your back, your labor, that's why the majority of construction workers. That's why the majority of oil workers. That's why they're men. They're men. And should we see some equal representation of men and women in these fields? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. They're just not built that way.
it's just
So
different, yeah. And
it's
the
different.
problem is you've got this the kind of the feminist movement, which I'm all about the
I would
rights.
consider
Rights are
myself
totally different.
a first wave feminist. A first wave feminist. That's the idea that women should be treated equal to men. That's just, they should have equal access to rights. They should have equal access to work. They should be able to vote.
Pay, all that,
And that
yeah.
goes across we got to be careful with pay.
Well, I think there shouldn't be in the same situation, same
They shouldn't
position.
be
There
paid the
shouldn't.
same.
They should be paid the same if they're in the same position. If it's a situation where
Maybe.
like
Well,
one's in HR
if a woman
and
gets
one
9 months off and a man doesn't get 9 months off, who should be paid for that? Like, there is difference. There is
But I'm saying
difference in
hourly
women.
pay, or like monthly salary. Like, it'd be hard to be like, oh, well, just because you're female, you get less money because you may potentially have a baby.
Right. Yes, I
You
agree.
may or may not. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a little throwing a little much. But in general, it's gone too far. It's gone from like, yeah, we should all be in the same field to like, fuck that. You should be able to play football too. You should be able to fucking fight. You know what? Too. Fuck, don't even get to dad. He's not even involved. Just go get yourself fucking something from the sperm donor and fuck men, period. They're not involved. And it's like, there should be a balance. And men shouldn't be able to do this towards women either. That combination, I feel like, is so important to have the balance, to
It's
have
just, we
in society, period. Like,
you're
we
right.
should have
You're
a
right.
balance. Like, there
We've
shouldn't just be all
gotten
masculine energy or
no,
all feminine energies. It needs to
no.
be.
We've gotten this far as a society because we've understood our roles as men and women. You know what
And
I
as
mean?
a man, I can speak for women. So
Yeah, you're right. It's my body too, damn it. It's
just
my
my
body too.
opinion, obviously, ladies.
Now, of
All
course, you
4 of
guys,
you who are here.
Rob and I are really good at talking shit. We really appreciate that you guys come in here and spend your mornings with us. We get diving into these topics. It just seems that more and more people are really quick to dive in on topics and just kind of flow with the status quo. But it kind of seems as if lately the status quo is going farther and farther in a direction that I can't agree with. And
No,
I don't know if it's the status quo or if it's literally just the media trying to
100% it's the media, dude.
kind of convey that there's this narrative that's happening, that the world is changing and I have to be okay with it. And I don't think that that's right. I don't think that's right. And I don't want to go with it. I don't feel comfortable, with the current landscape, particularly when I'm seeing the man win the guy or the girl, Bay, I don't know what her name is.
Person.
The I'm trying to be respectful without being disrespectful, but it's like they won Person of the Year or Woman of the Year. I think that's ludicrous. There's a ton of incredible women out there that deserve Woman of the Year, and
Yeah,
I
that
just
maybe
don't
didn't
think,
have a fucking article about them or didn't have a thing
like Caitlyn Jenner won Woman of the Year. It's like, are you
what the fuck at
serious?
any point has Bruce Jenner
On the
done at
first
any
year,
point ever?
there's no Bruce. There's no
Or
Bruce anymore.
Caitlyn, whatever.
It's like on the first year
Whatever.
of her
He's
being a
always
woman.
Bruce to me, damn it.
Bruce was a woman for less than a year and won Woman of the Year. Like, figure that out.
But I'm
Figure
saying,
that
what
out. He's
what could
so
that
good at
person
it. He
do?
did it better than all women in less than a year.
Now, haven't we had like presidents as man of the year? Haven't we had like fucking like quality people, like scholarship, not just like entertainers or somebody
Oh
who
yeah,
is like,
yeah,
not that
yeah.
this person's
Sure.
an entertainer, but I'm just kind of blown away that and
Most of the time, it's
Jenner is the
actors.
biggest issue. But why why is the shine on this so much? You know what I'm saying? Like that, I think it's
Me,
because it's we're talking about it this much because it's
that's
controversy.
right. That's
But then
right.
the problem is it spreads and it gives the comfortable idea to the extreme sides that this is the new norm. This is okay. This is
When you're
acceptable. And
telling
it's like,
me that my child, now I live in Canada, so our laws up here are much different than yours. Did you know that in Canada, if your child at any age comes up to you and tells you that they believe that they are of the opposite sex, if you decline their request,
you owe them
you
$20 and
no,
an
they'll take
apology.
your fucking children away, bro. They'll take your
Trudeau. Is
children
this
away.
pre or post Trudeau?
This is post Trudeau. This is
That
all
motherfucker just
social.
he comes in with the smile and he seems like he's cool. He
But
seems
then again, he doesn't have. This is like
hey,
an
but he's just
Ontario
yeah,
thing.
he's just
This
a
is an
face.
Ontarian thing. So it's like we still have federalism in this country. So there's a federal government and provincial government. Provincial governments have the rights over their education and healthcare system. But in reality, Child and Family Services can take your child away if you don't listen to them when it comes to their preference of sex.
That's
And
fucked.
it is not that is not a myth out there that they are giving children hormones to change their sex at 10 years old, man.
That's so fucked up.
Yeah. So it's like we're having these conversations and we think it's just the media that's doing this shit. But in reality, this stuff is being thrown at us at a much closer level. It's like our kids are learning about this stuff in school and it's like, whoa, man. Whoa.
That is
So,
crazy. And see, like as a kid, I was gonna get no offense to all the juggalos out there, but don't get down with it. I was gonna get a big ass hatchet man tattoo on my leg when I was a kid. Because I
right,
had that
right.
choice.
And I was
Because I
gonna
had
get
that choice.
barbed
Well, I didn't
wires,
have that
bro.
choice.
I
I was
know.
gonna too. I was gonna
I
get
was
barbed
gonna
wire
do
on my
barbed
arm.
wire. I am so fucking glad
Was
I did not get barbed wire, bro, because I'd be looking at I got a beer in one hand and a barbed wire on the other, bro. I'm just thinking like,
with a
no.
beater on and shit.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
would have been
And
really
I got a
cool.
fucking 3 liter of Faygo. I'm like, whoop whoop.
So glad I didn't do that. Now imagine that you decided you wanted to be Roberta, okay? And your mama was like, "Yeah, I got Roberta.
My
I always
mom's so
wanted a
fucking far left.
girl."
She would have said okay. My dad would have
That's
whipped my
my
ass.
point. That's my point. And it's like you wouldn't have had a clue. You would have been so messed up and it's a whole other conversation for another time, but that is the extreme. And it's happening.
Yeah.
So don't think that we're just making this shit up, guys. This is happening out
This
there.
shit is real shit, man, and it's crazy. And this is why sides hate other sides. You know what I'm saying? Extreme shit. Extreme shit. Extremism.
Y-
Extremists.
Yeah,
They
but this is
ruin every bit of good thing, I swear.
yes and no, but this is yes, but this is where like your political pundits, this is where extremists from both sides will just lump everyone in.
That's what I'm
This is
saying.
this
They'll
is
be
the
like,
idea of
"This is the left. This
progressives.
is all
No,
left. If you like
no,
this,
that's
you're
not
a lefty."
progressive. That's extreme. And then
Exactly.
as someone who leans left, generally speaking, I am
I
not
don't
a
claim these
liberal.
people.
I am not a progressive. I am a human being that has free and fluid thinking. Okay, I may
Yeah, a
change my
dynamic
opinion.
political thought
I might
process.
go in one way. Yeah, I lean right, generally speaking, when it comes to social, maybe fiscal issues, and lean left when it comes to other things, social issues and government, so on and so forth. So
Dude, like for me, I care about the environment, treating people good and equal, and then otherwise I lean way more right. I stay the fuck off my property, leave me alone. I don't want
that's
the
fair,
government involved. But then the funny thing is that same side usually is all about control when it benefits them.
right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
Then they
Yes,
want to be involved. So like, I don't know. Both sides suck dick. I can't
both
stand it. But
sides suck.
this is where
Both sides suck.
the extreme shit makes this left side look horrible.
Right.
Horrible.
And that's where I want this show as Top Buds to be able to appeal to as many people as possible. It's like because I don't believe that if you're watching this right now, I don't think you're a bad person. I don't think that maybe you're right, maybe you're left leaning, but generally speaking, I believe we agree on far more than we disagree on. And when it comes to these polarizing issues, like what's happening with Woman of the Year, what's happening with these children and hormones, I
Woman of the year.
believe, generally speaking, the majority of people agree that this is fucking ludicrous. But that's not what's portrayed in the media. But I want to say, like, you and I agree on a lot, but we disagree on a lot of shit,
Oh
man.
yeah.
But we have great conversations. And when it comes to this polarizing shit, we often agree. But then, of course, you can split hairs, and then there could be more in the dynamic, or more in the dynamic of the
Well,
conversation.
it was like an argument of full transition versus makeup and fucking clothes. Where like I was like, yeah, if you had your full transition, I still think it takes away from the women who deserve Woman of the Year. If you haven't been a woman your entire life to go through all of those, things that a woman has gone through, a little girl who was embarrassed over her period at school, or maybe assaulted
You'll never know
by
what that
somebody.
means.
Like, you have no idea what that means. You were a little boy playing
And
with
that's what
cars
it
and doing
takes
all
to
that
be
shit.
Woman
So
of the Year, and that's what it takes. That's right.
it's
And
a
we
different,
agree. And we agree. And of course, that's not what's portrayed today. You get two political pundits. I can't refer to us that, but you get two hosts. Often they're the same. They're both left. They're both right, and they don't counter each other's points. And so there's like this echo chamber of like, oh, it must be right. They all agree. It's like, no.
Well, then everybody watching just agrees, and it's like, I just want you to just agree. It's like, again,
just agree. Just
my
agree.
family, man, it's nuts. Like, you go to my grandma's house and she's watching Newsmax, fucking cranked as loud as it could be. It was Fox, now Fox is the devil. And then my mom has got fucking The View on as if The View's the news.
That's the
and
gospel.
Fucking CNN and shit and World News. That guy who's always starts out like this, like everything is dramatic. I mean, he's good. He's a great fucking,
right,
but he's
actor.
always, everything is just. I'm like, Mom, this is all bullshit. And I was like, you know what's going on right now is this, and this. And she's like,
these motherfuckers need to be getting high telling
like
the news.
Bro, the Canadian fucking protest with the truckers and shit. Like, I was
Freedom
talking about that what month? Like when we were, you know what I'm saying? And then just recently, like my mom's seeing some stuff. I'm like, interesting.
Just wasn't on the radar.
But it's that it's the dramatic sides where you can see the extremism on both, where you're just like, wow, man, I
don't want to be a part.
I don't want to be a part of that. It just seems like such ignorance, like cultish mentality.
And that's why it's like, it's difficult to say that I lean left or lean right, because in today's climate, you cannot share how you lean. You cannot share what you believe in. You can't share.
Thanks later, bud.
Hey, you like that? Yeah, thank you.
Shout out to bro.
Because people get so defensive, and it's like the world is made up of difference. Like we are constantly, at odds with people every day, but they're not fighting words. These aren't people that want to burn your house down. It's just people that believe in something a little different than you, and you might actually learn something from them if you listen to them.
Exactly, man. There's not as many extremists out there as you think. Like P has really emphasized to me, the vocal minority. They're the ones who stand out and who annoy the shit out of you. But
it just so happens they're the ones that own and have access to all the media in this country or in this country. You know what I mean? That's the Don Lemons. That's your, that's your. Fuck, I can
see, these are the other dude.
Tucker Carlson. I go both ways. I got to go both ways each time.
The problem is these people are like, I don't even believe they believe the shit they say. They're just making money. They're literally exploiting these topics.
One of the most
and I think USA Today did this too. I think they were like, ooh,
let's grab
this will get attention. Look at you got other people
these
who are writing about it. You got us talking.
Yeah.
I don't think this was a situation like that. I literally think that this was
clickbait.
I think it was clickbait. I think they did it because USA Today's been struggling. And if any social site that they have that they're on, it's all bots. And that's how it is for a lot of people. It's all bots. Obviously, their traffic has dropped substantially, probably since Trump's been out of office.
Totally.
Much to write about.
It has. It has. That's a fact.
You know,
well, CNN's ratings are half of what they were now that Trump's not in office.
Yeah, well, that's what
Believe
it
it or not.
To is what are you going to write about? Controversy. So this is controversy.
That's right.
Yep.
That's the way it be. And guys, no matter what happens, we're sitting here with weed in our hands, man, because we want to have a conversation. We want to try to bring stories and conversations to you that everyone's already having, but I want to bring it, or we want to bring it to you in a way that's not so polarizing. It's like, this is how you can actually have a conversation about this stuff. And although you can't generally have a conversation like this outside of your house, we'll do it for you. We'll do it for you so we can have that conversation here, because you're not crazy. You're hardworking. We're focused on our families. And then all of a sudden USA Today puts out a title like this that just makes you think, what the fuck have I been missing? And it's like, you're okay. You're okay. You're not missing anything.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is like the news is not the news anymore,
No,
even my local news isn't that anymore. It's just
there is no such thing as news. It's only what they want to bring to you. You know what I mean? So it's not news. We can call it like
event.
Not even like something more choreographed.
Well, like you know that most of these are events, whether they're real or not. This is just
right,
events. It's
right.
not fucking news.
It's
Like these are just showing us events.
Publicity.
Yeah.
It's publicity. Yeah.
Article.
Yeah.
It should just be called article. It's not news anymore.
No,
Yeah, it's an article.
no.
You decide if it's real or not. It could be a fiction piece. It could be opinion piece. It could
Fantasy.
be like it could be somebody
It could be
just wanting to be
anything
the
you
news
want.
first.
It could be whatever you want it to be. That's the wonder of 2022 is that you can make it whatever you want.
Hey, did you enjoy this episode? If so, hit the thumbs up. Don't forget, we got more videos just like this. Click them, leave some comments, and we'll see you next time.
And of course, go to watchcltv.com. Peace.